The biggest. The heaviest.
Fuck. Ah, it's stuck on the truck.
The most. And the most expensive goods on Earth. Everything people can move. On land. On water. And in the air. Record-breaking, stunning, global. They are mega transports. Today on Mega Transports, a ship that ships ships. Andrei Chaikin is the captain. He avoids heavy seas, for his cargo, worth millions, must arrive safely at any price.
We try to avoid waves higher than 4 meters.
The Yacht Express is a so-called semi-submersible ship. It can flood its cargo deck. Its cargo, luxury yachts. Henry Evans is like their babysitter.
Right now it's 16 yachts floating at once. Hey, diver, talk to me!
Special divers, a special ship. On this mega transport, just about everything is special.
Probably just 2 of these in the world that transport yachts in such a spectacular way.
A shuttle service for luxury yachts. Across the Atlantic with the Yacht Express. Now. April. Luxury yachts gather around Miami like migratory birds to relocate to their summer quarters. The Mediterranean coast of southern Europe. They are waiting for the world's first and biggest specialty ship for transporting luxury yachts to arrive, the Yacht Express. It may sound simple, but for Captain Andrei, it feels like juggling raw eggs.
Yachts are very fragile creature, and crossing the Atlantic is a challenge even for big commercial ships.
209 meters long, 32.5 meters wide.
Being transported with us, they are in safe hands.
A true mega transporter. Fort Lauderdale Cargo Port, 30 kilometers north of Miami. As soon as the Yacht Express is moored, the clock starts ticking for loading master Henry Evans. He has 48 hours and not one more.
Our clientele is very scheduled with their yachts, and they need their yachts at a certain time, and our job is to make sure they're happy and get the ship right on time and be underway.
No time to go on land. Loading master Henry, Captain Andrei and the crew begin immediately with the submersion. The stern gate is lowered. The dry area where Henry is now standing will soon be flooded with ocean water several meters deep.
In about 3 hours, this will be right at water level. Tonight, the deck will be 5 centimeters above the deck level. 6 in the morning is when we'll do the final submerge, and then we'll submerge another 4.5 meters. If you see these draft marks.
The Yacht Express can sink 5.8 meters, down to a maximum depth of 14 meters.
Captain Henry, Captain Henry.
Henry, go ahead.
Yeah, Cap, just looking at the deck, if tomorrow 13.1's no problem.
No, it doesn't matter, 13 or 13.2, same thing.
The submersion begins. Up on the bridge, Captain Andrei controls 4 pumps below in the hull. They fill the ballast tanks until the ocean washes over the deck's edge.
This will be a critical part because during final submersion, when the water starts flooding the cargo deck, ship stability will be reduced drastically, and during those 1.5 hours I will be watching the list very carefully until we are on a final draft.
And that's how the cargo is loaded. The pumps fill the ballast tanks with seawater. The Yacht Express sinks. Once the cargo deck is flooded, the luxury yachts pull in. So far, everything is easy. But then, the Yacht Express will rise again. Its cargo deck, including the parked yachts, will be out of the water and dry. Every individual yacht must land precisely on the wooden blocks. The problem, wood is easy on the hull, but it drifts away underwater.
So just making sure everything's welded, because tomorrow when we sink, you'll have a big problem if one of these blocks float. Boom, 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 boom.
This time, Henry has to take care of 16 luxury yachts. By tomorrow evening at the latest, they must be out of the water again. Early the next morning, even before sunrise, it's already rush hour at Fort Lauderdale's cargo port. As planned, the mega transporter has sunk to sea level. This is the critical moment. Captain Andre does not want to be disturbed. Water from the harbor floods inside the Yacht Express through openings on the side. At first, the water gathers in the middle of the cargo deck floor, the deepest point. Soon, it also streams through the stern gate. In 2 hours, the cargo deck is flooded. At sunrise, Henry and the ship's crew review the loading plan. But first, the yachts that were brought here by the mega transporter have to leave the deck.
All these big motor yachts are professional captains, so they know exactly what they're doing. They can drive in, drive out. Again, it's timing. Like now we are an hour behind schedule, which is normal because you want to take your time bringing in this cargo inside.
Loading begins with the so-called sail-in. 16 yachts drive onto the cargo deck. Smaller yachts could be loaded onto normal cargo ships with cranes, but luxury yachts can only travel without risk of scratching on ships like the Yacht Express. But security has its price. Depending on the size, it's about $250,000 per voyage. At 10 a.m., the first luxury yacht moors. Each of the 16 ending positions is precisely laid out, strictly according to Henry's plan. The second luxury yacht comes. Its length puts it in the category of mega yachts. The Skyfall. Furnished by Patrick Knowles, the Versace of yacht cabin designers. The $30 million yacht is more than 57 meters long and was built in 2010. There is space for 12 guests, jacuzzi on deck, 6 luxury cabins. 1 week's rent costs about $300,000.
Yeah, well, Skyfall is private charter, so we have a private owner, and Skyfall named after the James Bond movies. We do a lot of Bahamas, we're going to Greece, and we'll stay around Italy and France.
Alexander's Price is the so-called rider of the Skyfall. Once the yacht is moored, the rest of the crew leaves the ship. Only Alexanders and 1 engineer are allowed to cross the Atlantic with the Skyfall, a real privilege.
Probably just 2 of these in the world that transport yachts in such a spectacular way. So it is good to be here.
Spectacular, special, expensive. The mega transporter alone costs $60 million. The value of the yachts is 3 times as much. An insured value of $188 million is swimming in Henry's cargo deck. Change of scene. A couple of 100 meters landward, a group of professional divers is getting ready with their boss, Jeffrey Ballantyne. Their job today is to place the 16 yachts securely on the wooden blocks while the cargo deck goes dry. A dangerous job, and special too. Today, for the first time, Jeffrey is a mere observer.
30 years as a diver, it's almost longer than anybody ever makes it, because the hostility of the environment, the constant pressures have gotten me to the point where I, not retire, but I will step back and not go so much in the water anymore. With a smile, I say it is that I do hurt every day when I get up.
Today, for the first time, it's his son, Bowie, who's the boss in the water.
I want him to be retired and happy with his wife at home and not have to worry about anything at all. You know, I just want, he just turned 52, so for me, the earlier I can get him retired, the better. I want all the stress off of him so he can enjoy himself. You know, because I'm young and, like, I mean, in the past 2 days, I think I worked almost 40 hours. So, yeah. After this, I'm gonna go do some hot yoga.
In Fort Lauderdale Harbor, the sail-in is still in full swing.
Everybody ready for today? Hey, everything ready?
Once in the harbor, Father Jeffrey turns things over to son Bowie. He will lead the 10 divers. As soon as the last yacht is moored in the cargo deck, they'll get started.
Guys, 30 minutes though, maybe 15.
Henry wants to make up some time.
And guys, now make fast on the springs, make fast on the springs. Good, that's good.
Right now, the last yacht is driving onto the mega transporter's deck. The boats are packed close together, but they must never touch one another. The transport company DYT would lose its reputation. It would be like a car company delivering luxury vehicles with dents.
And nicely done, Captain. Everything's inside, safe and sound. Always the last one in's always normal, but yep, everything's driven in safe. Divers splash, do a little briefing, and then the party really starts.
Like in a game of Tetris, 6 hours after the deck flooding, the 16 yachts are parked. But the yachts can't cross the ocean safely like this. That's why the water has to be drained from the deck first, and within 24 hours. Otherwise, the time plan is at risk. Henry gives the divers instructions. Without them, the yachts would tip over when the water sinks below their keels. The divers must stabilize them with heavy metal supports, and that requires detailed planning.
But it really should be, I mean, touching the same time. It should be like literally we can do 8 boats in an hour if we get everything squared away.
Once again, when the water drains, the divers must make sure not only that the yacht's keels sink gently and precisely onto the wooden blocks, they must also brace the yachts with metal supports to keep them from tipping over when the water recedes. The difficulty, all the supports must be positioned with absolute precision, and the divers must not get caught in the middle. Bowie must take care of something else too. As team leader, he is the one responsible for safety.
Oh, I think it's working out very well. Standing back a little bit because it's not my show anymore, it's my son's now, but I still look over the side and make sure that the tanks are away from the gangway, that let people get off before they have to go on, and all the simplistic stuff that I'm, used to doing. So I gotta make sure that everything is okay. I just have a hard time really ripping myself away because I've done this for so long, so I hate giving it up.
I'll be right where
The Yacht Express begins to rise. Bowie and the 4 other divers make their way to its stern. From the shore, Bowie has already discerned yet another difficulty.
The visibility is pretty horrible out there, but I've done 0 visibility dives all over the world, so it's not a big deal.
Barely in the water, Bowie already has a problem. One of his flippers came off when he jumped in, and he can't find it. Good thing Dad's there.
Number 1 rule is 2 masts, 3 fins in our company, okay? So we'll get it, no worries.
Clearly, it's too soon for Dad to retire.
Rookie.
Hey, Bo.
What size is that?
It's a size that'll fit you. Usually you only lose a fin when you really need it. You never use a fin if everything is calm. So when the current runs by the ship and you jump in here and it breaks, and you go down, obviously right now you can't see anything in this water, you have no chance of finding the fin again.
The current makes it difficult for the divers to brace the keels. Things get even shakier when a ship goes by and the swell hits. And around the Miami metropolitan area, there are very many and very big ships underway. At least the half-raised stern gate offers some protection. For Bowie and his crew of divers, the trick is not to get caught between the keels, the wooden blocks, or the iron supports. Later, when the yacht's keels sink down, Bowie and his divers send up updates. The divers are like an underwater eye.
Right now I'm swimming alongside the keel, checking for any protrusions, making sure that there's nothing that will cause damage if it touches directly on the cribbing wood, as these vessels are worth a lot of money.
And indeed, Bowie finds something. Now he must make sure that when the keel sinks down, this bulge comes to lie right between the 2 wooden blocks. If necessary, they'll have to move the yacht forward. They keep an eye on everything sticking out of the keel. They continually report to Henry up top. For everyone, it's communication that matters now, and timing.
Before I go up, I want to make sure all yellows are clear of stabilizers.
The diver's job is to set up the lateral iron supports, but without letting them touch the sides of the keel. Not yet, at least.
They are very heavy and they could definitely cut off your foot or leg or injure you very badly. So we have to be careful and communicate properly. There you have to be careful because if your fingers get caught in between there, it'll slice it off instantaneously.
Each yacht's keel requires its own timing. Sometimes the divers don't get it right.
Oma! Can I go up now?
Now and again, Henry, the loading master, interrupts the sinking of the yachts. Then he has to alert Captain Andre on the bridge to stop the pumps. If the supports drift away, Bowie and his team have to bring them back to their position immediately. The supports are still not allowed to touch the keels. Under this weight, even iron could break.
Once we get him in position, then he'll start, this one's done, and this one's done, and this one's done, this one's done. But right now it's 16 yachts floating at once, trying to fall in the cribbing. Normal, but we'll get it done.
It's going too slow for Henry. It's already clear it will take much more time for the yachts to sink than planned. Henry gives the team new assignments.
Second, I want you to stay with the divers so you can talk to them so I can check up, okay? Right now, all three of these yachts are roughly 50 centimeters clearance, all in good position. So, all in good position, right? Stabilizers are clear, everything's good. Towboat! Hey!
A speeding boat approaches.
Thank you! It's actually, legally, there's a diver's flag hanging up. No one really looks, but the door's here because of the door, but on the side casings, there's a lot of open holes, and that's where it'll leak in. And again, divers are working underneath. If they can minimum swell, safer for them.
Henry goes to the middle of the cargo deck. Despite the waves, the divers have to do their jobs.
I think there's someone there. Hey, diver, talk to me. All good? Stabilizers are clear. Thank you.
So far, the water level in the cargo deck has decreased by just about 1 meter. Everyone hopes the pumps don't fail now.
We always have a plan B. It could happen, unlikely, but we may have a stuck ballast valves or pumps not functioning. For that, we will have to stop for a while and see how we can rectify it. But that doesn't happen regularly. So.
At any rate, now would be the worst time.
No, right now not measuring. Now it's compression with the keel. The issue is you don't want to put the stands in too early because you'll put a dent in the hole. So you have to make sure the keel begins to bite nice and hard.
The divers report. All of the yacht's keels are touching the wooden blocks. That's good. Only when the soft wood is carrying half the weight of all the yachts can their weight also be spread out over the iron supports. And at this precise moment, the captain interrupts.
In half an hour, big container ship will depart. So we're facing changes of the water level up to half a meter to 70 centimeters.
All right, we'll get this done quick, and then I can probably go up and make sure I have all the big boys done. And then we'll probably stand by for the tenders, if that's okay.
But you have them down now, and when container ship passes, they will be shifted again, most probably.
That's why I'm hoping I'm going to tell you to go up 25, 30 centimeters just to make them compressed. What's up? Hey, is there anyone over here? Hey, so there's a big container ship that's going to pass that will throw a big swell. It will destroy all of our work, so we need to go up, okay?
The Yacht Express is still too low in the water. The water level in the cargo deck too high. The yacht should have been fully loaded by 8 p.m. Now the delay could really cost them.
The key is now beating this container ship. There's a big, massive container ship will suck out all the water. Yes, Captain, I believe you have one of your larger container vessels departing in, is it 30 minutes or an hour, Cap?
In 30 minutes, we'll have a large container vessel departing town.
Cap, may you advise the pilot, sir, may you advise the pilot just to go as slow as possible, just due to our critical cargo. We're at a pretty tough situation, so if he can go as slow as possible, highly appreciated. This one's finished. This one's being double checked. This one's going to be... Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Captain. Issue is this container ship's so massive. When it passes, it takes out all the water underneath our ship. And then the ship will then sink naturally, which then means all these will float. So, time is now serious essence.
The race begins. In only 30 minutes, the team must get enough water out of the cargo deck so that not even the passing container ship will cause the water level to rise too high. In the worst case, the valuable yachts in the cargo deck would jostle around chaotically. Captain Andrei keeps his eye steadily on the water level. Now we'll see if it's enough. The container ship has cast off. Its swell would also increase the danger to the divers.
Damien, tell all the divers to be safe with this container ship passing, please. What's up? Nervous? Yeah, a little bit.
The divers try to finish their work in the seconds that remain.
But you see it's vacuuming it in, and as he's vacuuming it in, our ship is sinking. And we don't want that, because we want to keep going up.
Everything now depends on the container ship's pilot. Will he make allowances for the Yacht Express, or will it be business as usual?
Slow. Easy, easy, easy. We did good. When he was coming in a hurry, the whole ship went a meter underwater, which is fine when there's no $188 million worth of cargo inside, but now there's $188 million worth of cargo inside.
Drop forward 1125.
It went up 25 centimeters, third?
Yeah, 1125 forward. It was before 1130.
Everything went fine.
I'm just so happy about that container ship. Captain Henry, please go up as slow as possible for these tenders.
Finally, the Yacht Express can rise further. The water drains. The 16 yachts stand securely on the wooden blocks. The job is done around midnight, a few hours later than planned. The divers are soaked, exhausted, dead tired. And Bowie, how did he feel about his first job as boss in the water?
I'm feeling good. Long but successful day for the most part. I think everything will be good. We'll do a walkthrough shortly and make sure that everything worked out.
Bowie was in the water for more than 10 hours non-stop.
I feel like thank you for it to be over with finally. But another day in the office. I really love what I do, and
Henry, the loading master, and his team are also exhausted. Now they feel the strain of the completed job.
I can't feel my legs. We need some rice power. I can't stop. I'm over this. Job well done. Everyone performed outstanding. But we still got about 24 hours of work to go.
The next morning, the deck is dry. After a short sleep, the men are back to welding. They mount additional aluminium supports to give the yachts extra stability during the Atlantic crossing. Only now that the water has drained is the work the divers accomplished yesterday visible. After 6 hours of sleep, Bowie inspects the work.
the reason why it took so long yesterday is because we had to have 6 of them touch at the same time. And all of them had different types of, see, this right here is a transducer. This isn't an issue, but when you have a very large one, such as something like this over here, protruding from the hull, you see, this was accounted for already in the plans. We did a very good job. Henry and DYT, they knew about this. They've done this before. So you can see, you could never go on something like this protruding because it'll cause damage to the yacht. And we don't want any damage. That's the main goal. It's safety first and then the yachts.
The timing was crucial, and not only under the keel. The divers also had to find just the right position for the lateral supports under difficult conditions. It is a matter of centimeters whether the keel gets dented or not.
See how this is halfway compressed? You do not want it to be totally squished, and you do not want it to be open. So right now this is handling weight, but it's not over compressed. If it's smushed, then you know the divers put the stands in too early. So that's why what took us yesterday was we wedged everything. So when they put this in, we would have no serious compression on all the yellows, and that's why all the cargo's perfect.
Perfectly secured and stabilized, the costly yachts are now ready for the crossing. They won't make their 3 p.m. departure time. On the other hand, the transporters have no damages to report to the owners. Even Jeffrey Ballantyne is satisfied with his son. Little Bowie is now a man.
I saw that you can do it. And it's very hard for me to stay away because I want to tell you how to do it. And the only time we don't argue is when you do it and you do it your way. And your best effort has always been best and perfect for me.
Bowie Ballantyne's trial by fire is behind him. But for the crew of the Yacht Express, the real job is only beginning. The Port Authority has given the Yacht Express a departure time of shortly before midnight. With 16 yachts on its cargo deck, the mega transporter disappears into the night. Leaving Fort Lauderdale, the Yacht Express begins its long journey from the southern tip of Florida across the Atlantic. Once in Europe, the ship passes through the Straits of Gibraltar and into the Mediterranean. The destination, the port of Genoa in northern Italy. A distance of more than 4,600 nautical miles, with many dangers for the valuable cargo. The mega transporter is on the high seas for about 2 weeks. Miami, Genoa, Miami is one of the main routes for the ship's owner, the Dutch transport company DYT. In 2007, the Yacht Express was the first transport ship of its kind and cost $16 million. At 209 meters long and 32 meters wide, and with a high speed of 18 knots, it is still an exceptional mega transporter. It allows yacht owners to offer their luxury boats in the Mediterranean in the summer and in the warmer Caribbean in the winter. A multi-million-dollar business. Fort Lauderdale and Genoa. Captain Andre knows both ports well, especially their pitfalls. And that helped this time on departure.
We often moored in the middle of the fairway, and we have to struggle sometimes with the passing traffic. And when a vessel is submerged on a deep draft, we do feel interaction from big container ships passing by. But in Genoa, there's another thing. There are very strong winds, especially in autumn, coming from the mountains that can affect cargo operations as well.
In order to keep the yachts from jostling unnecessarily in the ocean waves, Captain Andrei travels at an average speed of only 15 knots. Most luxury yacht owners take advantage of the Yacht Express's transport service. 2 crew members generally stay on the yachts to maintain and repair it. On the biggest yacht on board, the Skyfall, Alexander's job is to give the exquisite sun decks an occasional good scrubbing. And his captain has given him a special task via satellite telephone. He should remove lime deposits from the propellers and polish them. This is not a cosmetic, but rather a necessary maintenance. The task takes the young Australian half a day, and he has an ideal opportunity to carry it out.
We don't get taken out of the water too much, so this is our one and only opportunity, and it's a good opportunity to get crew away for holiday. So 2 weeks holiday for the other crew members.
Alexander's has nearly finished his job for today, but there is still one thing left to do.
Prop Speed's a marine coating to help prevent growth on the propellers. Growth on the propellers means more friction. It helps eliminate more drag on the boat, so you go quicker.
To do his work, Alexander's gets water and electricity from the mega transporter. Time to look around. It took 1.5 years to build at a Chinese shipyard. The so-called floating deck system was groundbreaking for its time. Before that, yachts could only be loaded onto ships by means of cranes. The new procedure was especially gentle on the keel. The 20-man crew is made up mostly of Filipinos, Russians, and Ukrainians. All the crew members of the yachts are allowed to share in the 3 daily meals served in the ship's canteen. The Yacht Express has a fitness room, spacious cabins, conference rooms, and a movie theater. In addition to a panorama bar, there is even a swimming pool. Small but nice. It is only filled on hot days, however. It is also worth taking a look inside the mega transporter's hull. Much is reminiscent of a submarine, and this is, of course, a semi-submersible. But only semi. The Yacht Express cannot submerge fully. Chief Engineer Andrei Tochilov on his inspection rounds. A corridor about 160 meters in length connects the superstructure with the engine at the stern. In between are the ballast tanks.
Here is the main ballast tanks are displaced. Now we are actually in the area of ballast tank number 4 and number 5. Tank top, ballast tanks is beside the bulkheads and everywhere.
While the chief engineer goes to the heart of the ship, the engine, officers on the bridge watch the weather and the waves. They must pay much closer attention than most officers on other large ocean vessels. Captain Andrei Chaikin once had to dodge a storm on the high seas. The waves would have given the cargo too much of a jolt. If the waves exceed a critical height, the yachts can even tip over.
We try to avoid waves higher than 4 meters. Usually that's close to what we're allowed to go through. With the cargo we have on board, you really have to monitor the weather.
They will reach the port of Genoa in 2 days. Then the Yacht Express will once again flood its ballast tanks.
Make it watertight so the spaces are separated. We will not on.
Each time before the cargo deck is flooded, Chief Engineer Andrei Tochilov checks all the doors. In a labyrinth of corridors and engine rooms, all must be closed during flooding. Especially the large gate to the cargo deck. If water were to break through here, it would rush into the superstructure. Thankfully, the large gate is hermetically sealed, so the water can't get in. The heart of the mega transporter, the engine room. Two 8,700 kilowatt diesel alternators create power for the propeller's electric drive. To fill the ballast tanks, the Yacht Express has 4 pumps. Each one can pump up to 1.2 million liters per hour. That means one large room-sized aquarium per second. Should water unexpectedly enter the ship and block the way, emergency corridors connect the lower deck to the top. The Yacht Express is designed for business growth. With a maximum speed of 18 knots, it is the fastest ship of its kind. Short transport times are important, especially for charter companies whose luxury yachts need to be booked all over the world each week. In addition to its ability to gulp down 35,000 tons of seawater, the Yacht Express has another special feature. At the bow and the stern, 2 so-called spud poles hang from wire cables. After mooring, the mega transporter can use these poles to bore into the seabed of the harbor. This keeps it stable while the yachts are driving in and out. The journey across the Atlantic is almost over. One more night, then Andrei Chaikin will guide his ship into the port of Genoa. There, the yacht's crews will come on board again. The summer season in the Mediterranean is beginning. The coast is in sight. Captain Andrei was able to make up time and will deliver his cargo on schedule, if the weather over northern Italy doesn't upset his plans. Clouds gather quickly, a sign of possible wind. 1 hour to go. Wind speed in the Bay of Genoa is still within an acceptable range.
So if the wind is strong, we may decide on using additional tugs to assist us, but as it looks today, the wind is favorable, so we will maneuver ourselves. If the speed will exceed 30 knots or so, we may decide on postpone.
Wind would create waves. A secure sail-out would no longer be possible. Genoa is Italy's largest port. For a brief moment, the clouds open up. Suddenly, there is almost no wind at all. Captain Andrei takes advantage of the opportune moment. 14 days after departing Fort Lauderdale, the Yacht Express docks on schedule.
And Yuri, please tell me when you have a breast lines on.
The ship's crew tightens the mooring lines. The mega transporter has now been secured.
It's good. So today we were extremely lucky with weather. You see, nice and shiny and absolutely no wind. So coming alongside was a really nice and easy job. And here we are. Atlantic is crossed. A bunch of mega yachts are ready to float in the Mediterranean for the new season. We made it nice and safe. Everything is so far so good.
Captain Andrei immediately begins the submersion. Alexanders cleans the Skyfall's deck again. And the deckhands remove all the additional aluminium supports and transport securing devices. In 2 days, the Skyfall will pick up its first charter guests near Monaco. The next day, the cargo deck is sunk and flooded. The mega transporter submerges. The engines of the 16 luxury yachts start. Everything is ready for the sail out.
But it's cool just to see a whole different